those were actually the two things that we were considering. It was opening a bakery or professional. Wanted to play for Hansa Berlin, but they wouldn't have us. I don't know why. We're still working on that. I don't have, Metallica. I've been in Metallica since I was 17. I don't have certainly no other musical ambitions. Playing with these guys is the coolest. I wouldn't imagine doing anything other than that. Film is very interesting to me, and maybe doing some more stuff in the film world would interest me. But a professional football player, that may be a stretch.
I mean, we all have our passions, and I mean, I love surfing. I'm not going to try and go out there and become a professional surfer, but I still feel that, at this point in my life, I'm challenging myself with that sport more than I ever have. And most recently, we're in Indonesia, and I'd never been there before. So Kirk and I, being avid surfers, it was incredible for us to surf these spots in Bali that we'd only seen in magazines. And to be able to play in a band like Metallica and travel the world and go to these special places in the world, and all around across the globe, places like Shanghai, China, and all that, it's pretty great, I must say. Hope so.
Maybe, yeah.
You got to pay for that thing,
Well, let's see how well the movie does, and let's see if there's any kind of. I mean, we've never toured the States. It was, like you say, just made for the movie. So there's definitely a chance that we may tour. I don't think it's not going to happen like in the next couple of years, but maybe it'd be something that we come back to 5 or 10 years down the line. Right now, we want to. Go and work on another Metallica record, for the better part of the next year or whatever. But we may tour it one day, absolutely. Well, Enter Sandman. It's the one that keeps the pool heated, as they say. But no, that's the silly standard answer. I have certain ones I love playing. I love playing Sanitarium. I love playing Sad but True. Those are the ones where I feel often that I can be the freest and do different things every night, experiment. So there are songs like that. Then there are other songs that are a little more rigid, where you sort of end up playing the same stuff every night. But the best thing about Metallica and the songs is that we have so many that we can close, borderline play. So we have, I think on the Death Magnetic tour, we got up to 60 or 65 songs, maybe even 70, that we played over the course of the tour. And it's so much fun to be able to play all these different songs, more or less at a moment's notice. And it keeps us kind of on our toes on these tours that never end,
I mean, the set list changes every night. It's never the same exact set list. And as Lars is saying, we've gotten to a point in our career with our set list that we can actually, at a moment's notice, pull up a song and play it. And for me, that feels free. It's invigorating to know that, because when I first joined the band, it was so difficult for me because of the extensive catalog. And there's a sense of confidence in the band right now, and we feel like we're playing tighter and stronger than ever.
Go out and film some great shapes, all right? Big faces. Yeah.
It's invigorating. We feed off our audience, and a lot of times that kind of sets the pace for the evening. That kind of helps create the shape of what's to come within that show. And again, being able to pull from that catalog and know or have a feeling that a song like Seek and Destroy at the end of the evening is just going to blow the roof off the place is pretty cool to see and to witness.
My parents would have, yes. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on a, my dad was listening to everything from Miles Davis to John Coltrane to Jimi Hendrix to The Doors to the Velvet Underground to all kinds of crazy stuff. So when I started playing Deep Purple and Black Sabbath and Status Quo and Uriah Heep and Judas Priest and all this stuff, he was quite encouraging. There were times where he thought that maybe it wasn't crazy enough. He thought a lot of especially the English bands were very kind of square, and he was trying to get me to listen to stuff that was a little more sideways. He played a lot of jazz, a lot of a lot of like Sonny Rollins and Ben Webster and Dexter Gordon and all kinds of. Try to listen to some of this stuff instead of this hard rock stuff that's so goddamn. He felt all the drummers were too white, is what he used to say always. That's a really white drummer, he said. So it's like, okay. So I'm sure in my household, Metallica would have been fine.
Yeah, and same with my household too. I mean, my parents were at an age where, they were listening to everything from the Motown stuff to the Rolling Stones to Beethoven. I mean, I have fond memories of my mom dancing to James Brown in her hot pants and her elevator shoes back then, So there was always music in the house. And I'd have to say, with Lars's dad, giving him the encouragement to be creative and to take things in a sideways direction, I think that's great. And I think those are the things that make Metallica special, is having that to pull from creatively, because I think it helps pave the way for what you do creatively in your music.